All right, you're listening to the Uncle Dad radio show here on KZFR 90.1. The first real show we've been allowed to do. We've been subbing, but now we got full control over this slot. 1 hour every first Thursday of the month, and we're so excited.
Pretty amazing stuff, guys.
We just played a track by Bear Lincoln. They're from out of town, but they're going to be in Chico next month. So I figured I'd tease you guys a little bit with that amazing music. Before that, we had Sea of Trees by Aberrance, and guess what?
What?
They're in the studio right now.
Special guests. Put your hands together, even though we can't hear you. It's important for everyone to really be involved.
Say hello, boys.
What's up? Radio people.
Make sure you're right on that mic. You guys are good performers. You know mic technique, right?
Oh yeah, my technique. You gotta get this.
Right.
Right up
There you go.
Nose to the microphone.
There's a, if you want to, kind of be.
We're just gonna whisper interview the whole time.
I think that's fine.
It's good technique.
Oh, our listener rating went down. Listeners went down to 10 people. We got
That's 7.
There goes everybody.
5, 2, 1.
All right, guys, how are you?
Pretty good,
All right.
dude. Pretty good.
Can we go down the line and introduce yourself and say what you do and all that?
I'm Nick, I play bass.
I'm Ed. I yell angrily.
I'm Jake and I play guitar.
Excellent. So, guys, congratulations on a brand new album.
Thank you. We're super excited.
Can you kind of, because we make jokes, we make goofs on the show about what it's like recording a metal album. But will you guys kind of take us behind the scenes? What was it like putting this album together? The subject matter, kind of, how did you come together to get to this point? What Aberrance to this point? What's going on?
What was it like? 3 years in the process?
Yeah, it was 3 years without Ed, and then it was 2 with Ed.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was
I think it was us growing as musicians as we wrote music, because it's like, we want to get heavier, but we're not good
That
enough to
skilled
get
yet,
that heavy
yeah.
yet. So as we would get better at playing, we'd be like, okay, this is heavier and heavier and heavier. So
It's been a work in progress.
yeah, and now
Right.
finally we have this EP.
How heavy is this album in pounds?
From a scale of 1
I
pound,
don't know.
maybe.
I would
Call it
say-
Nick, how many pounds?
I would say it's about 1,000 pounds.
1,000
We're
pounds.
just gonna add up all of our weight together.
no,
Fucking
that's
literally
just
here.
that's just the instrumental section.
Right on.
That's still heavy. I'd still buy the album for that alone.
What number album is this?
This is technically our 3rd release, but
Technically.
yeah, technically.
We've only done one full length, and then we did one demo before this. That was a 2-track demo.
Shouts out to everybody that heard the OB Shell Feast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was our
it was
first
a
time.
I think I was at that release show.
It was fun. It was good. The
That was a
songs,
fun show.
songs are definitely us 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever that was. It's our new music is a lot better.
Yeah. So tell us what can audiences expect? What makes this music better? You said it's heavier, but is there other Ed? You said you're a newer addition. This is the first album you're on with the
Yes,
group.
correct.
So what was your contribution as a vocalist and as a frontman and stuff like that? What would you think your
I mean, before I met these guys, I always liked heavier stuff, but I took a class at Butte College with them, and then they saw me doing some vocals, and back then I was in more singing bands, kind of what would you call it, new wave metal breakdown bands, kind of. And then I started hanging out with these guys, and I got introduced to Dying Fetus and all these awesome bands, and I'm just like, I want to sound like
they
this.
introduced you to a Dying Fetus?
He grew a beard basically.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
He had a baby.
They turned me
before, and he grew a
into
beard.
an old angry metal guy that just hates on music all the time. This isn't heavy enough.
Right on. So this album is heavier, more creative, and more pretentious. Is what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah,
Well, it's out of Chico.
it's got 20,000 pretentious points. We can almost move to Portland.
Almost,
Wow.
not quite yet.
Yeah,
That's
Almost.
saying something.
It's featured on Portlandia somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, small snippet.
So what can audiences expect going to your release show tonight? Right, that's in an hour?
Yeah.
In an
Blast
hour.
beats is one.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of blast beats.
Y'all need to go.
4 hours, 5 hours of blast beats, solid.
Yeah, it's like 4 hours of blast
Give me
beats.
some
Yeah,
stamina. Just pure
Right on.
stamina.
For the lowdown, I mean, who's opening
It's-
waves?
It's a nice eclectic show of all different kinds of like underground heavy stuff that your mom doesn't want you to listen to.
Pretty much every faction of death metal, I would say,
Yeah.
is represented tonight.
You got your death metal, your deathcore, your blackened death, your black
Everything.
metal, your all
Whatever
all your
you're-
subgenres.
Whatever every hand's a
It's gonna be
tree
a
is.
subgenre party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. I would say one thing about you guys that I noticed as sharing a music scene with you guys and all that is that you are always at shows. You guys are supportive members of a musical community. And I know you guys have a collective. I read in the CNN, the Red Dirt Collective. You want to tell me something about that? Is that a
The way we put it, it's just kind of a name for like, because every person up there, Paradise, the Ridge up there, that music scene, everybody's in multiple bands. Like nobody's in one band.
Right.
So we
Everybody
kinda,
plays more than one instrument. And
Yeah.
It just gets crazy.
yeah, we came up with like Red Dirt Collective or Red Dirt Crew as a name for just like everybody's in everybody's band. It's just kind of like one.
It's
big
all like a big group that we all just hang out and we all.
dysfunctional musical family.
Yeah.
what are some of the groups in that people can check
Chemical
out?
Burn is the other one. Smack City is Mine and Ed's side project.
Epitaph of Atlas, Unionoctum,
Ironfish,
Helmet
Cerberus, same band. Trilateral Dirt.
Oh yeah,
Commission.
Trilateral Dirt's Commission. Those guys they just came out. Super awesome.
Badger,
Yeah,
Badger
Astronaut.
is an honorary member because Seaback is in there.
Oh yeah, Astronaut.
Astronaut. Yeah, it's just a name for all of us, like dirty rich kids, basically.
You guys seem like you're a very clean cut right now to me.
Oh yeah, you
So
know,
we took our weekly
it's a
shower
public,
today.
it's a public appearance. We don't want to smell
Yeah.
bad.
Cool. Well, should we check out one of the tracks off your album? We already did one, but there's one specifically you said that's a little bit newer.
Yeah.
That people can check out. You want to tell us a little bit about the tune?
That'd be good.
This one's called Blood. It's about the mob catching a snitch and doing some very messed up stuff to him for being a snitch.
Okay.
Self-explanatory, ladies and gentlemen.
All you snitches beware. Here it is
Snitches.
Blood by Aberrance.
Here we go.
Any last thoughts you guys want to share with all those listeners out there?
Well, hey, first off, thank you for even having us on here. It's super awesome. It'll be at 1078 Gallery. Starts at 8 o'clock. Definitely worth your while. A lot of good bands playing. And yeah, I don't want to spoil it for you. You'll just have to come out and find out.
That's right. Well, Gavin, that was it.
That's it. Felt good. Thank you guys so much for being on.
Thank you.
Congratulations too. That
Hey,
sounded
thanks so much.
fantastic.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thanks.
So